Hello everyone. Today I am going to be showing you how to carry out browser exploitation attacks using the BeEF toolkit. First, what is BeEF? BeEF is short for the browser exploitation framework. It's basically a penetration testing software that will allow us to exploit various aspects of a web browser. In this video, I'll be showing you how to carry out a webcam access attack and a Google phishing attack. But first, how do we install BeEF? If we use this command, the BeEF GitHub repository is cloned onto your Linux machine, Kali Linux machine, and you'll get a directory called as BeEF. Now if I say ls, it will show you all the direct files inside, and there's this particular file that's called install. So what you have to do next is /install, and if you do that, then the BeEF toolkit is completely installed onto your Kali Linux. I'm not going to do it now because I already have it installed on my machine. The last step that you have to do before BeEF is completely set up on your machine is to edit the config.yaml file. Once you do nano config.yaml, you can see the username and password over here. So these will be set to default values, and you cannot log into BeEF UI with the default values, so you have to change it according to your preferences. And once you change it, do Ctrl O, press enter so that it's done, and then press Ctrl X to exit. Now that your config.yml file is configured, let's get into the attack phase. So first we have to start up BeEF. How do we do that? /BeEF. Now BeEF will launch, and it will set a UI link, and it will also give you the hook link. So over here you can see that 192.168.10.5, which is my IP address, followed by port number, and this is hook.js. This hook.js JavaScript file needs to run on the victim's web browser so that we can execute any type of attack on the victim's web browser. And this link over here, this will lead us to the panel. I'm going to say open link. It will ask for authentication. Type in the username and password that you gave in the config.yml file. And once it's logged in, you can see the getting started page, logs and zombies. And over here you can see a list of offline browsers and online browsers. Okay, so what are these offline browsers and online browsers? Offline browser basically means that those web browsers have already been hooked to BeEF toolkit, but they are not currently active. And once a browser becomes active, that it's actually accessing the web page currently, the hook web page currently, then they'll be termed as online browsers. So I know the IP address and I know the hook link. So I'm going to open Internet Explorer on my laptop, and then I'm going to type in 192.168.10.5 s/3000 demo/basic.html. Now Internet Explorer is hooked onto the BeEF toolkit, and if we switch over to the Kali Linux terminal, we should be able to see this now. Yes, now we can see that Internet Explorer is hooked and it's online. Over here you can see the logs, browser window has lost focus and so on. And over here in the commands tab, you can see the different attacks that you can carry out. First, let us execute the webcam access attack. Now if I click on webcam, I'll get the description about it, and I'll get the number of pictures and the interval. Now if I say execute, on Internet Explorer you can see that it's asking for some sort of permission, and it's saying that it's using Adobe Flash. But if you look closely, you can see here that camera and microphone access is being requested. If the victim unknowingly clicks allow, then my camera switches on, and over here my BeEF toolkit, you can see that my pictures are being uploaded onto the UI panel even though I press it accidentally. That is how you execute a webcam access attack using Kali Linux and the BeEF toolkit. Before we move on to the second attack, let me show you the basic working of the BeEF web page. I've switched to my Google Chrome. Over here you can see that there's some input field over here. Let me type in hi, this is Nitesh, and now in the logs page of this browser you can see that user typed hi, this is shift and Nitesh, and that it has lost focus now because I have changed it to over here. Similarly, you can type in any data over here and it goes into the logs. Let us move on to the attack now, the Google phishing attack. For that we have to come into social engineering and then Google phishing. And if I click on execute, commands have been sent to the zombie. So if I go over here, that's a fairly legit login page. So if I'm an innocent victim and if I type in my actual valid data over here, and if I say sign in, it goes and says sign in, choose an account. So it seems fairly legit. But over here, you can see that I've got the username and password from the victim, and we can easily log into their account and get all the sensitive data from them. Now we have entered into the final section of this video. I'll be showing you the comparison between different browsers, just a short one, and I'll also be telling you what tools you can use so that you can stop such attacks. So first, let me show you why the webcam access attack won't work on any other browser other than an Internet Explorer. I'm on Chrome, and if I say execute, you can go to Chrome over here and you can see that this website is using Adobe Flash, but we are not getting that Flash box that came in Internet Explorer. This is because most of the modern browsers don't have any Flash plugin installed, meaning that this particular attack can be carried out in the way that it is being carried out right now. Only Internet Explorer uses Flash currently. This is the case with any browser other than Internet Explorer. Now, how do we stop a Google phishing attack? The whole web page is being modified by JavaScript. So what we can do technically is to stop the JavaScript file from running. So first what I will do is, I hooked onto the BeEF right now. But now what I will do is I'm going to block all the scripts. And now if I click on Google phishing and then execute, there is no change that is occurring right now because the JavaScript files are not being allowed to run. But if I click the same over here and if I click on allow all again, then the JavaScript file runs and you can see that the Google web page is rendered. There is one more way in which we can stop BeEF from hooking a web browser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to block all the scripts for now, and I'm going to type in the BeEF web page, and while it is saying it that it is hooked into BeEF, over here we can see that it's not being shown over here. This is because the web browser actually needs to run the hook.js JavaScript file so that it can come into the category of online browsers. Since the JavaScript blocker is not allowing the hook.js file to run, it's not coming under the online browsers category, thus eliminating any type of vulnerability that your web browser could face. These script blockers come with a trade-off though. with the main one being that there is no predefined library of whitelisted websites as such, like trusted websites, which you can allow. You just have to manually add each thing to a whitelist. And if you say block all, then a major problem arises. It's that most of the modern day web pages use JavaScript in one form or the other. And since every web page uses JavaScript nowadays, it basically renders the web page to be either less useful than it currently is or just completely useless. Thank you for watching this video. Do try it out on your friends, not with any malicious intent, just for fun and entertainment, nothing else. And do leave a like and share if possible. Thank you for watching this video.